Hey kids, it's a new day for 31 days of Halloween, doing reviews every day. Uh, this is the last of the family-friendly movies. Truthfully, I don't know if this is really friendly to anybody. Very disappointed. The movie we're talking about is Mad Monster Party. In the credits, there's a question mark. I don't understand the question mark. But I bought this used, $3.33 at, what's it called? Disc Replay, the thing. I sold them a ton of movies a few years ago. Made a lot of money back, but well, this is really weird. I was actually thinking that I'd never saw this movie before, but the ending, the slightest bell was going off, and I figure I must have been super young when I actually watched this movie. And that was the last time I saw it. But I was with that in mind, I still have to wonder, why was that the last time I saw it? I still get a kick out of watching, like Rudolph or whatever. I like that crude kind of stop motion. It still takes a lot of work and a lot of skill to pull it off, but they're on schedules and stuff, so they have to rush things, and it comes out crude. I mean, it's not Ray Harryhausen level stuff. But in its way, because of the limitations, it's a certain style. Some of this movie works. There's some ambition to certain scenes. Almost a successful dance routine. A rock band is playing, and Phyllis Diller, I'll get to her in a second, and the Mummy are dancing, and it's shot and cut kind of like how people dancing to the modern music of the 60s, semi-psychedelic, I guess. But it's just that the Phyllis Diller figure doesn't have as much articulation as needed, especially to match the Mummy. But it was an ambitious little bit, and you get this every once in a while. Things are ambitious, things are animated at a good enough level, and then there's stuff that seems rushed. Plus you have just a little snippet. I gotta tell you, this movie is, let's see if we got I don't have the time. It's like 100 minutes or something. I think it's an hour and 35 minutes or something. It's like, or even longer. I can't remember, and I can't really see. Yeah. But yeah, it's just like, it doesn't need to be this long, But yeah, there's little snippets that are just, little vignettes of, monster gags and stuff that has nothing to do with the story. The story, Boris Karloff, he does the Baron Boris von Frankenstein. He's the mad scientist. He's a head of some organization, kind of, I don't know if it's a union or something, of monsters. He's the head of it. And he has a nephew named Felix Flinken, mild-mannered pharmacist assistant, I think. He wants to be a pharmacist. He wants to hand over the reins to him because he's family. Might have a different last name, but the Frankenstein blood still rages through him. That type of thing. In the meantime, this, once again, this is a Bass and Rankin, or Rankin and Bass, and there has to be a attractive redhead, female figure animated around here, and she's rather busty, probably the biggest bust in these type of animated shows. Though this, I'm assuming this was a theatrical release. She has plans on trying to get it, and she partners up with Dracula. And Phyllis Diller and the monster also have plans for that. Phyllis Diller is the no name, but called the monster's mate, not bride of. She looks like Phyllis Diller, even dresses like Phyllis Diller. So she's basically Phyllis Diller, married to Frankenstein's monster. I got to give it to Alan Swift. He's done voiceover as well as on-camera work as an actor. He plays Felix, the mild-mannered pharmacist. Yetch is sort of like Peter Lorre. He's probably my favorite character in the whole movie. He doesn't have as much screen time as I'd like. He has the hots for Francesca. Alan Swift also does Dracula the Invisible Man. I like the animation of Invisible Man. It was pretty clever. He's pretty much in a robe throughout most of it, and no pants, so he's floating around. He does Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the captain, the first mate, Mr. Cronkite. The guy ends up having conversations with himself, and he also does the monster. Francesca is Gail Garnett, Phyllis Diller, and the title song, which is like a James Bond tune, is by Ethel Ennis. Getting back to the plot. Frankenstein has developed... this is kind of padding. The main really focus sort of is on these two groups trying to steal the mantle of the leader of the monsters, and but Frankenstein develops this as the demonstration we see in the movie. He injects this serum into a bird. Bird flies off and lands on a tree and explodes with a mushroom cloud. Of course, along with the leadership having that in their position, you know, they want it more, basically. I can't really recommend this movie. There's too much bad. I'm not going to watch it again. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Probably give it away to somebody. I can understand it, you know, being a cult movie and such, and you know, some people enjoy it, probably even make fun of it. That's part of it. But I think this style of animation, especially, is better compact within a holiday special or something. In other words, I just didn't like it. I'm very disappointed. I was hoping to kind of like it, but the length, mostly the length. If it was an hour thing and it was cut down and tightened, you know, it might have been okay. It's hard to say. Well, until tomorrow, when the adult stuff starts, stay safe. Always have a good time. Bye.